Hi everyone, this is Ramona coming back at you, and welcome to Magic Monday. Today we're going to talk about the evil eye. Okay, what is the evil eye? Alright, so what the evil eye is obviously cursing somebody by using your mind and your eyes, and staring somebody down from a distance by having mal thoughts, mean, evil, downright, intentional thoughts, and having that intention of taking that energy you're building up in your head and sending it forward, and you've got a target. Okay, who's your target? Somebody who could be family, could be friends, even friend, could be just a coworker. It's anybody who you really have a problem with, envy, jealousy, um, somebody who you're competitive with, or somebody who you really, really have a fight with. It could even be somebody who you really, um, somebody who's in your family. You know, we have certain kind of, we have like a unique connection with our family members, and we all think and feel differently for each different individuals. And we don't all want to set out to intentionally hurt anybody in this world, well, no. But sometimes it's not about intention. Sometimes it has to do with um, just one of those things, you know. Um, so my point in telling you about talking about the evil eye today is which it seems to be um, like what do you call it? I can't think of the word, but it just seems to me that this is just something that I have been doing for the last few Magic Mondays, where of protection. Okay, the key word here is protection, and to be really careful about things. Just protection and magic. Okay, I do believe in magic. I do practice magic. Um, so it's not about not doing magic, but I just want to point out to um, people on the internet, okay, anybody who's listening to me, that magic is something that's very, very real, and it's not something to be taken lightly. You can really screw yourself up royally if you don't know what you're doing, okay? And the more you're connected, the more you're open and you're willing to say, okay, magic and I are going to do the tango. I've opened that door. I'm agreeing to do magic, and I'm allowing magic to enter my life. Okay? But with that, you hold a lot of responsibility, and you also have the free will to do what's right and what's wrong. You have the free will to do that, but you also have to pay the consequences. Okay? And if you don't, you really don't know what you can bring into your life and really screw you up, mess you up really bad. Okay? And you can really screw up and mess other people up really bad. So when you're so upset in the moment, very, very angry, hurt, confused, raging in one moment, that's not who you're going to be 5 minutes from now. You're just raging right now. You're really upset. You're this, you're that, nothing good right now. But it's not how you're going to feel forever. You might, 5 minutes from now, feel regretful for thinking such bad thoughts about a friend of yours, that you might be envious of, jealous, or what have you. or a coworker who didn't really deserve anything. They worked just as hard as you did. It just so happened that they won out, and you're finally concluding, oh damn, yeah, well, it was just one of those things. You know, somebody had to be the winner. Somebody had to be the loser. Fortunately, it was me. Did I deserve? Did that person deserve all that angst that I sent off to him or her? No. You're gonna feel that way. Excuse me. Um, so I guess these are my messages for Magic Mondays. Is that magic is real. The more adept you become at doing magic, the more you will be able to use your mind. So you talk to any real witch, talk to any real good witch out there. One that's practice and practice and practice. It really does get to a point where you're like, oh fuck. I mean, and I'm sorry, I don't need to swear. Well, dang. I don't have to do the candle magic. I don't, not every single time, but sometimes, some situations, but I don't have to do the candle magic. I don't have to, do any of the things that, I don't have to do the moons, the phases of the moon, the right color, the right incense, the right deity, okay? Having the altar, praying to my ancestors, bringing everybody in. Sometimes I don't have to do that. Sometimes I can just use, okay, certain things, using my own mind and my own, I'm not going to just say, using my own mind, my heart, my soul, my energy that I'm building within, and all of that working together and releasing it off and getting the job done. So let's go back to the evil eye. Okay. So again, the evil eye is about you feeling within the moment, okay? Um, Envy, jealousy, just, just generalized rage you might be feeling in the moment, and you may be doing this intentionally. There's two different things going on here. One is intention, and one is unintentional. Sometimes you can curse people unintentionally. Well, that's why I'm trying to tell you guys, if you are a magician, if you're working with magic, voodoo, whatever it is that you're doing, okay, you really have to be careful with your thoughts. You really do, because now that you've invited magic in your life and because that's your free will. You said, yes, I want this to happen with my life. I want to work with magic. So basically, what that means is now you have a responsibility of handling that magic, handling that energy, okay, in a certain way, handling all of that. And a part of that is being careful what you think and what you do, because you gotta control your feelings, rage, anger, your jealousy, your envy, your you gotta curb all that. Being a witch or pagan, it's a big responsibility. And you have to really try to control certain your feelings and your emotions. Be angry when you're meant to be. For pagans, they don't believe in doing negative magic. It's all white magic, okay? But like in such a Santeria, I happen to believe that sometimes you have to do negative magic or dark magic. Okay, anybody else hearing that might sound, it to them sounds like, oh my god. But if I were to, I'm not going to go in explanation because that's not what this video is all about. This is about the evil eye. Okay? But sometimes it's called upon to protect yourself. But you have to curb your thoughts and your energy. You can't go buck wild and let yourself be raging lunatic when you're upset. you gotta learn how to calm yourself. And if you're envious, learn to deal with that, or your jealousy. I'll give you an example for myself. For me, and I don't want this video to go on forever, okay? Um, but like for me, sometimes, yeah, I experience jealousy at times. When I do, I go over the moon to make sure that I'm like super, super really, you know, um, supportive. Like I'll go. It's people are apparent like, oh my god, why are you trying so hard? But I'm like with the friends that I used to have, you know, I would really, really, really be super supportive, like, oh, what can I do for you? Can I do something for you? And because I don't want to bring that person down. I don't want to feel envy. I don't want to feel jealous. And if I'm going to feel those emotions, I definitely don't want to bring my friend down or anybody, whoever it is about. So I purposely extend myself. That's basically what I would do. Okay, in order to just not be jealous or envious. But definitely have a responsibility with your thoughts, because your thoughts do um, alter other people, other situations. Okay. Um, okay. So how does that happen? So you have the evil eye. Sometimes, you know, for the most part, okay, we have cords, especially people who we are around a lot. We have like these cords. Either it could be like a mind cord, a heart cord, and or just the other. Those are the two that I know about. But there could be other cords, physical cords, like between twins. There's cords connecting. Some like when one twin gets hurt, the other one feels it. That's because of there's these energy cords that we're connected with people, not just family, but also the ones that we choose to connect with, bring in our lives, something who we truly, 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 truly love. Your boyfriend, your girlfriend, what have you, okay? Your husband, your wife. You have those cords between your children and mom, children and dad. You have those connections. And we send messages, we send pictures, messages, feelings, energy. And so we're all connected somehow. And that is why, and all of this has something to do with the evil eye. I'm getting there, okay? Um, you know, a lot of the time when I was with my ex, we had such a strong connection, okay, that I knew when she was having a bad day, not because of any other reason that I haven't seen her, I haven't, whatever. Or she'd be at work, something happened. I know that she's going to call me, like at that time. We're not together anymore. But I knew that when she was going to call me, really pissed off. How did I know that? Because I feel the anxiety. I feel like oh my god, something's not quite right. Something like, you know, and I'll either end up be the one calling like, is everything okay? Um, there's other people that there's a connection with as well. Okay. That's the most likely connection, the people who you know. But for people who are adept with magic, you know, you're really sensitive to energy. The more magic you do, the more you're into this and practicing it, the more sensitive you are with your environment and people around you. Um, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you a few examples about how our cords are connected. And these are important for, you know, the evil eye. Okay, because I'm trying to explain to you how it is that you can send the evil eye and what that is all about and how it actually happens. Okay. I'm going to give you an example. Sometimes I would walk out of my home. Okay, like say, you know, and my ex would be up on, I don't know, the 17th floor or something, okay? And 17th floor is too high. Like the 7th floor or something. And excuse me, because I'm just like a lot tired. Um, you know, and she'll be up there like thinking really hard about me, like, oh, where's she going? I wonder, oh, she hasn't called me. She didn't. And then there's no other reason for me to look up because that's weird, right? And I would look up and like, and she'd be like, like we would be used to it, like because we would know. Another time it happened when she was talking to a bunch of her friends, okay, and I had a sense that they were talking about me. I once again whipped my head up, and a few of the guys were like, "Oh damn, how the fuck does she know to look up here?" Whoa, that's crazy. That kind of thing. Okay, here's another example, which I felt really bad about. But I was in church one time, and you know, I'm just giving you, some examples. Okay, so I was in church, I was praying. I'm not a avid church goer, but I do believe that the church is a place of power, what have you. So don't have faith in the congregation, but I do in the priest and the actual church itself, the energy and this place of power. So I'll go there once in a blue moon when I really feel like I really need help, on whatever. So, anyways, I was kneeling at a pew, beautiful mural in front of Jesus, I believe it was, and I had leaned over like that. Somebody like I don't know, I felt like somebody was talking to me. It's just so weird. And then once again, I got that energy that somebody's thinking about me, and I had whipped my head. Okay, so the priest was like in a place where I couldn't possibly see, and he wasn't there before. So he was like definitely sitting way back there where I can't even see out the corner of my eye, and I had whipped my head back because he was thinking about me so heavily, heavy. Probably he was praying for me because that's what they do on, because there wasn't a session going on. It wasn't a UGS going on or anything like that. Just, it was a free time where people can come in and to pray, whatever, if they want. And the priest would be there to, if you need somebody to talk to, or if they see somebody praying, they'll think in their head like, oh, please Jesus, help this woman out, whatever they think. But I heard him thinking about me, like, well, I had that thing that he's looking at me, and I whipped my head around when I scared the living shit out of him, and he was like, it was really funny. I tried to give him a smile, but it ended up just turning out creepy looking. But that kind of thing happens all the time. So what I'm trying to point out to you is that, the more some people can naturally do this, but really if you're like delving into magic and stuff like that, and you're just basically giving the universe permission to, okay, they're like, okay, here, if you want to do magic, here's some energy to manipulate. And you get connected with people, so that is your responsibility. Be careful what you think about others. That is your responsibility to be over the top, trying to be calmer when you're upset, trying to not have really mean thoughts about other people because you can intentionally curse someone, sending them the evil eye, and it's very difficult. It's really I'm telling you. Of course, so that's unintentionally cursing someone. You're sitting there like, oh my God, I can't believe that she got that job. Like, oh my God, I've been here for 2 years. She's been here for like only a couple of months. And I was, and you're just really pissed off, and you're just building all this energy. And it's like a cone of power, and you're sending it off to that person. And whatever it is that she was thinking about that person, you've now cursed that person. And it is true. The other example I wanted to give you is that you ever have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you always know when that person's going to call. Like, you'll pick up the phone, like, and then you kind of put the phone down, but then it rings. You're like, oh, I knew somebody was going to call me. oh, I was just thinking about you, and then that person calls, it's because you have these connections, these cords with other people, and it doesn't even have to be with loved ones or family. It could be with strangers. You know what I mean? But so like, and if you're thinking really really bad thoughts about other people, here's another example because and this has happened to me. Like I was on the bus the other day, and I got really, really upset with one person because this elderly person, they obviously couldn't stand. There was a cane. Looks like if you blew on them, they would fall over. And this asswipe didn't want to get up. Eventually, I had said something, but what I was thinking the whole time was like, oh, I can't even fucking believe it. I can't even believe it. She's falling all over the fucking place, and he won't get up. Those seats by law. I don't know if you're from the states or even by the T period MBTA. But those seats that are in the front, those are for handicapped people and for elderly. And if you see a handicapped or elderly person get on, you have to get up out of those seats and give those seats to them. You don't have to do it for the other seats, but and plus it's just the right thing to do. You see an elderly person falling all over the fucking place, you get up, you give them your seat. So see how I'm getting upset? But seriously, and you gotta curb what you think. Just calm down and don't try to curse anybody. Like, oh, oh, how should that fucking person realize exactly? One day, I hope that he feels just the way that that woman feels. And that is cursing somebody. That's sending person the evil eye. Okay. So okay, I don't want this to go on too long. Um, I want to like wrap this up. So the lesson today is what evil eyes are, what the evil eye is. It can be, just really mouth thoughts, stirring up your energy, sending that energy out to somebody to bring them down, whether intentionally or unintentionally. And the lesson really is to be careful of what you think and what you do. Even if you're not a magician, even if you don't delve into voodoo, santeria, da 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 da, okay? Because we are all connected to each other, and don't think to just be careful what you think about other people. You don't have to be so mean, and plus it makes you look really old. It wears down your skin. Okay, so but really, in all seriousness, this is about Magic Monday, magic, quote unquote. So especially people who are manipulating energy and are in the craft, you really want to be careful what you're thinking, because the more adept you are at magic, the more you don't need candles and you don't need all this stuff. And, you know, because eventually you start just using your mind, your feelings, your heart, and your soul, and just using yourself becomes the aura. Like you can yourself, like you can trying to explain this. You need some. The Wiccans believe that you need a circle, right? Basically, that space is a space of protection, and also it doubles up as a cone. So especially if you're really new to the craft and you're trying to manipulate energy, that sacred space can also act like a honing cone. To hold the magic within there until you release it off to the universe and change it. But over time you can actually use an auric egg that's around you, and that can be your circle, your Wiccan circle, okay? And the energy within that you create, everything that you do within the circle that you've made, you can do within your auric egg, and whether you know it or not. But people who can do this, they know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Even if like a little bit, you know what I'm talking about. If you like, oh, I kind of think that happens to me. be careful, because it's not kind of happening to you. It's definitely happening to you, and you got to be careful. Okay, love everybody. I'm gonna wrap this up. So stay tuned next Monday. I haven't got my topic yet, but I will. Okay, bye.